This episode is proudly supported by the San Pellegrino Young Chef Academy.
Because in Australia, I am me. I can cook everything. I can find everything. And it's for a moment, it's a beautiful experience.
Hey there, it's Dani Valent, and I'm thrilled to be with you for another edition of Dirty Linen. Always love putting on my headphones and having a chat with a guest. It is leading up to a really exciting time on the culinary calendar. It is the San Pellegrino Young Chef Academy competition, followed by the awards. Young chefs from around Australasia submit their entries, their special dishes, and tell a selection panel something about themselves in the hope that they will be selected as one of 10 contestants cooking for judges in October. I love this competition. I think it's put together with a lot of belief in the future of hospitality, and the chefs that put themselves forward are so brave, so ambitious, so talented, and so diverse. So we are chatting to one of the 10 contestants today. Her name is Kogwoussougo Ouedraogo. She is a chef in Melbourne, and I am super excited to welcome you, Kogwoussougo, to Dirty Linen.
Hello, Dani.
So good to have you on the show. Tell us about your work in Melbourne.
Currently, I work at the Melbourne River Cruises, which is a boat restaurant, which offer you a lunch and dinner along the Zara River, which last 2 hours, which 4 dishes to choose from a la carte. We offer the French cooking. And the work in the boat is so different. Is the cooking, is the normal restaurant because you make 100% you prepare 100% cook in the kitchen first. After you transport everything in the boat, and we cook on a boat is about organization, especially when we are full, we can do 100 people for the service.
Wow, that's amazing. What's one of your favourite dishes to serve to your guests on the boat there on the Yarra River?
Is the fish. My favorite is the fish. Is a fish with rice and vegetables and coconut sauce. And I love this plate because it's remember me French fish plate. Is your dressing is similar in the French plate.
Ooh, lovely. It sounds delicious and how fun. I think, I've lived in Melbourne most of my life and I feel like we don't use the river enough. Often it's just tourists who take a boat along the river. But as a Melbourne person, I really feel like I need to come on the boat and experience what you do.
Yeah, it's very, very nice experience for me and for the customers.
So good. So Kogwoussougo, tell me about your background. Where were you born? And tell me all about it.
I born in Africa, Burkina Faso. It's West Africa, and Burkina Faso, a young girl must learn to cook very quickly. Because we prepared a young girl to be able to marry very early. And so it's important the young girl learn cooking very early. And this time I don't like cooking. I hate cooking because for me, cooking is the obligation. It's my passion. And this moment I just play with my friend and no cooking.
I can understand that. Even though you didn't like it, what are some of the traditional foods in Burkina Faso?
Burkina Faso is a special country because Burkina Faso you don't have a sea, and we have one part of the Sahel. Donc, and influence very much the cooking. And the traditional cooking is based on leaves, tubercle, pineapples, rice, dry fish, and dry meat.
Okay, interesting. And did you like eating the food even though you didn't like cooking at such a young age?
Yes, I like the one traditional one cooking. It's the rice and leaves and the pineapple together in the plate. And when I am young, I like learn this one because taste is very nice.
Well, it sounds really interesting. I would love to try that as well. We don't have very much West African food in Australia, but there are more and more restaurants coming. And yeah, I really, really enjoy learning a bit more about it. The jollof rice and fufu, it's so delicious. And yeah. So Kogwoussougo, I need to know, like you hated cooking, but somehow you love it and you're entering these prestigious competitions. Tell me what lit the spark for you?
When I live in the Africa, I live with my father and my mother live France. And one day my mother say me, you come for summer holidays in France when I have a 13 years old. And I come in French. I watching in the movie Top Chef French in the TV, and when I say that, it's wow. I say it's the cooking. It's so different, and when my mother coming, I say, my mother, I find my dream. One day I will my restaurant, and I come chef.
Amazing. That's so interesting because I suppose you grew up thinking of cooking as an obligation, but then you see this other side of it where it can be a career. Was that a big surprise to you?
Yes, it's for me. Because when I see the cooking, I say is the in the world the cook is so different. And I think so is that I like it because in the other pays the other cooking is so different. And when I see in the movie, when I see the culinary show, I say yes, it's that. It's no African cooking but that.
Yeah, amazing. So how did you move from that moment to having a career as a chef? Like what happened next?
And next, my mother make the pepper, but the first time is no work. The second time is work, and I go French. I learned first the culinary school, 5 years, and after I travel in the world. I travel first because the first time I don't have a French paper. I don't have a French nationality. And you don't have a French nationality. You don't travel easily. And the first time I work in the French island, yes. And I work in the Corsica. And Corsica is my first work, and my first chef is so wow because the chef learned me is many technicals. Chef learned me many technicals, and when I see the chef learn me the potato souffle, and when I see that, I say wow. My dream is true. I live my dream. And and after that, I come back in the French for work in the 2 Michelin star. And the 2 Michelin star and work the beautiful products. And work which I learn work differently. And I learn is the technical is so important in the cooking, for French cooking.
Oh, wow. I love thinking about you in Corsica with the souffle. What a moment. That's incredible. Um, where else did you travel and work, Kogwoussougo?
After that, after Corsica, I work in the Guadeloupe because Guadeloupe it's different also because Guadeloupe is so similar in Africa dishes, but is you cook differently. And I go Guadeloupe for the restaurant opening. Donc it's so different because it's so new team, new chef, new cook. Whole is new. It's a beautiful experience. And after that, I go Spain, Ibiza, which work with French chefs, and French chefs like Italian food. Donc, so I learned Italian food in Spain with a French chef. It's so beautiful experience. And, and after that, I go Hong Kong. And before Hong Kong, I go Milano because Milano for training for offal dishes because Hong Kong the restaurant is new restaurant also, and the new restaurant for opening in Hong Kong is Italian offal food.
Ah, so interesting. Um, Hong Kong must have been so different to anywhere else that you had been so far. How did you settle in there?
The Hong Kong is for me, Hong Kong is my beautiful experience and it's so difficult because when I start Hong Kong in the COVID period and I don't speak English, zero, and so complicated because I come in Hong Kong chef de partie in the new restaurant, I don't speak English, and wow. For me, it's wow. And after chef so kind with me, learn me base to base, and now my English is not perfect, but now I I can speak a little bit better.
Ah, what an adventure. And so, I guess Hong Kong, it's sort of on the way to Australia from Europe. So, how did you end up here?
Because after Hong Kong, not finished, I go in the island. I go work Ireland first. After Ireland, I go Australia. And and when I go Ireland, Ireland is so different as Australia also, so opposite. And when I go Ireland, I say me it's my cooking is good, but I need learn more. And Ireland is so I don't I learn many things but I need learn more. And my friends say me that when you can go Australia because Australia is more different cooking and Australia and you can learn more. I say how Australia. Okay, and I make the research and I say, wow, it's beautiful country, it's so big, and many people, many international people, and I say, oh, yes, I go, and I posted I posted my CV, and I come in Melbourne.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm so glad that someone told you to come to Australia. So, what's your experience been like over here?
When I come in Australia, for chef, for me personally, is so it's so different because when I come Australia, I have many questions in my head, and I say my cooking is no. I find my cooking, but I don't find precisely my cooking. I need something more in my cooking. And when I come Australia, the first thing I say, wow, I am because in Australia because in Australia I am me. I can cook everything. I can find everything, and it's for a moment it's the beautiful experience because I am here in 17 January. Only 6 months I am here.
Really? Oh, so fresh. So do you mean because there is people from all over the world here, there's all kinds of food, you feel like whatever you want to learn, you'll be able to find a place to learn it here?
Yeah.
Right. That's great. So what about the produce here? Have you found ingredients different here or tried new seafood or new vegetables that you haven't had before?
Here I find my African vegetables. I cannot find in the island. And when I come here, I find okra. I find the my country vegetable. I say, wow, it's so nice because Africa miss me and I can find the taro. My first vegetable I buy here, it's taro because taro means don't buy taro. I hate.
So taro feels like home to you?
Yeah, because taro is the famous vegetables in Africa.
Wow, what a story. So I'm amazed you've been here such a short time and you're entering this big competition. What made you decide to enter?
For me, it's so gorgeous, and it's for me for a moment. I think so. It's a dream because when I postulate for the competition, and I say I postulate with the vegetables plate, and I say once if I qualified for me it's so important because I say because I can say it's my dream because my plate the big chef judge my plate, and for me it's my long travel. It's for this competition. I travel for this competition because I have a answer for my cooking.
So, what tell us about your dish? Because what I've read about it is that your story tells your dish tells your story. So tell me about the dish.
My dish is love story with me and cooking because in my dish I choose the African vegetables I can find here, and I applicate with whole restaurant I come. I take one technique I learn with the chef. I take one technique and I put together and I applicate with African vegetable I found here, and I make my plate for the competition.
Wow. So just so I'm sure I understand, so your dish is called Harmony of Vegetables in Texture, and you're saying that you're taking a technique from all the different places you've worked and putting them all on one plate together. Is that right? Oh, it sounds so good. So what are some of the ingredients?
The ingredients that I choose, my favorite ingredient, I choose taro.
Of course.
I choose taro, okra, and onions because onions is the basic in the kitchen, and people don't know how cook onions. Donc my dish is onions, taro, okra, beetroot because beetroot is the vegetables you use in Africa for the party. For the Christmas, you use beetroot. Donc I choose beetroot. And in my dishes, you have a dry sweet also. You have a dry mushroom because Africa you use many dry vegetables. And I put rice vinegar and sake because I live Hong Kong and I like Japanese food. I like Asian food in the global. Donc in my cook, you have many things. You have a chili also. You have a sweet. You have a many flour. It's my cook. It's me.
Oh, that's amazing. So, How do you think you'll feel on the day of competition when you have to cook your dish for the judges?
I am nervous, but I think so it's normal. But I am exciting also because I cook for the famous chef, and I am exciting and nervous.
Well, I really wish you all the very best. What an extraordinary experience, and how wonderful to showcase food from West Africa and Burkina Faso specifically, plus your amazing journey around the world. I'm so excited, and I want you to have fun, enjoy the experience, and let's see what happens.
Yes.
Yeah, I wish you all the best, and let's see what happens. I hope you have a really fun day.
Thank you.
This is Dirty Linen, and I'm Dani Valent. We air the issues that the hospitality industry finds hard to talk about, hearing from different people with unique perspectives. We want to hear from you as well. If you have something that needs to be said about a topic, get in touch so we can include your perspective. Contact us at dirtylinen@deepintheweeds.com.au or hit us up on Insta at Dirty Linen Podcast. We can't wait to hear from you.